here is what every Overwatch rank is really like. Just to put this matter-of-factly, Bronze is pure and utter chaos. It's a fist-f***ing flabbergasted buffet of noobs who just got the game, mixed with anti-social dickheads who haven't gotten better since the beta release. All of them are working towards a common goal of pissing each other right the hell off, whether it's on purpose or by sheer luck. The only time you can find an interesting game in Bronze is when the so-called all-knowing Blizzard matchmaking system puts 12 Smurf accounts in the same lobby with each other. Usually the team who wins is the team who has the most number of Smurf players to carry them. But here's the thing. People at the bottom of the ladder fall into two categories. Either they've just started playing the game, or they've been stuck in Bronze for so long that they live in a sort of perpetual hell. These people end up really bitter and really butthurt, and often act out because they have nothing going for them in the game, or usually, for that matter, in real life. And now the only way they can feel anything is by throwing games, trash talking, and blaming everyone else for their mistakes. When it comes to Overwatch ranks, just like the precious metals themselves, silver is only a marginal improvement over bronze. Bronze may be rife with underperforming nooblet, but silver is undoubtedly more polished, and the inhabitants show an undeniable improvement. When people check someone's career profile and see a silver, they think to themselves, well, at least this game won't be a total shit show. Silver is sort of an in-between rank, and it serves as a barrier that filters out the more clever trolls in bronze from ranking up unless they start actually playing seriously. Other than that, silver is mainly a stepping stone used by assholes on Twitch who buy new accounts and purposefully rank bronze so that they can climb to GM and please their 150 viewers. F those people. Since people generally treat silver like it's a public toilet, the chart indicates that the people sitting on the toilet are a lot like 8-month-old babies. But silver is more than just a rank, and so much more than just a filthy toilet. It's a symbol of players actually trying to at least do something. 32% of all Overwatch players are in gold, which means it's the most densely populated bracket. Since so many players are there, we can confidently make two assumptions. The first is that Overwatch is nothing like regular sports where gold indicates being the best of the best. In our case, gold just means you are completely and utterly f***ing average and nothing else. I guess that's it. And our second assumption is that due to the massive amount of average players bumbling around in one place, statistically it has the biggest pool of frustratingly terrible players as well. Being in gold means you're better than the literal human waste playing in lower ranks, but it also offers a never-ending supply of players who absolutely refuse to cooperate with each other by any means. If you ask me, when someone climbs out of gold, it probably means they got tired of dealing with grown adults who bring less joy than a skid mark and a pair of white shorts. Platinum is like living with a sneaky, deceptive lover. When you're with them, you kind of feel less about yourself, and maybe you'll even be able to convince yourself that you're happy. But you're living an absolute lie, so we still have to make fun of you. In my opinion, Plat is basically full of children who figured out permanent marker is better than crayon for drawing dicks all over the walls. But oh, who would have guessed that players only one rank above gold wouldn't have their lives figured out yet? Rusty asked sarcastically. Well, to their credit, people in Platinum have actually begun to understand the many moving pieces of the game, and how they work in a functional, dynamic environment, and their mechanical skills have improved vastly, but they often still struggle when it comes to the concept of working together. At its core, playing nice with 5 other people is what Overwatch is all about. Nobody ever got above Platinum without learning what a total dick shit move it is to use Grav when you're the only person left alive, so they sometimes still blow their ultimates faster than a gambling addict in Vegas. And next up we've got Diamond, the rank that Rusty almost made it in. Diamond is basically just gold if it were wearing a cheap mustache and glasses disguise. The main difference between the two is that 32% of players are in gold, but only about 10% have made it into diamond, meaning it's more exclusive than a group of 6 guys trying to get into a nightclub without any girls. Their understanding of the game is an odd mix of curiosity and experimentation, which sometimes results in learning, which is great because that matches up perfectly with the chart. Unfortunately, however, this doesn't really stop them from making a plethora of tactical blunders like rushing onto the point without their team, or getting booped into the Ilios well by a mediocre Lucio, and if half their team is dead, they sometimes forget to pull back and regroup, and you still have one dickhead that picks Pharah against 3 hit scans. So the bad news is, the only reason people think this is a prestigious rank is because it's named Diamond. In reality, it's just a faster paced version of every other rank that came before it. Since Masters is so easy to achieve, that must explain why only 3% of players have made it there, right? And since I just undermined hundreds of hours of their hard work, I guess that just means I'm a sarcastic asshole. But you already knew that, so moving on. on. At this level, everyone has pretty much perfected their mechanical skills like aiming, which means there will be a Widowmaker in every game that will constantly your life up if you so much as make a slight positioning error. You might have your driver's license, but the car you drive is older than you are and you can only afford $2 of gas at a time. If you manage to reach Masters, you've probably gotten used to the worst types of people in our community, especially if your main is something weird like Wrecking Ball or Sim, since playing off meta heroes is basically announcing to everyone that you want to be yelled at. And now, Grandmaster. Grandmaster consists of the top 1% of non-professional Overwatch players. It takes such a tremendous effort to reach this level that the game becomes less like a hobby and more like a second job. At this level, Overwatch hasn't provided any true joy for them in quite a long time. Instead, it's morphed into a full-time job and a new source of frustration and elevated blood pressure. Basically, it's ultra competitive. The life of a professional Overwatch player is 1,000th less glamorous than you think it is. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is the professional players have finally made it to the top of the food chain. Yes, but at what cost? How much devotion does it take to their craft before they finally break? The pressure of being a professional in the first esport to have ever gone truly mainstream is so immense, it makes perfect sense why so many of them decide to cut back so quickly. Okay, so we really got into the weeds on this one, didn't we, folks? Since I wasn't able to include every possible idea here since it would make the video about an hour long and it would, piss everyone off. Don't forget to be positive, guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care.